iconic backdrop. I also see some Egyptian geese on those logs over there and a family of coots as well. Hey, come by for a lovely boat ride sometime. Community of 40 houseboats. Some of these have large extensions on their rooftops and do not move around very much. Permanent mooring here will take you a 25-year waiting list to get. A resident joked with me and said all these boats have engines, but who knows if they'll actually work. Above the houseboats to the right is the St. John's Wood Power Substation, supplying power to much of northwest London. But historically, that was once a coal power plant and a coal depot. In the 1800s, this was known as Marylebone Wide, made wider for the passage of literally hundreds of vessels a day that came here to unload and offload coal. Now look directly to your right in the reddish wall. I want you to notice some archways cut into those walls. Before those archways were closed off, those were once stables for hundreds of horses. And that's several weeks from the mines in Birmingham and South Wales. One horse could pull 50 tons of cargo. 50 tons of coal. Proximity to central London, though. So as soon as the canal came, many jobs were provided here, and this was the fastest growing area of early London in the 1800s. Very, very quickly and rapidly overpopulated and overcrowded, with some of the poorest working people of London. The people that swept the streets, took out the trash, and often begged outside of churches lived here. They built this shanty town with any materials they could to put a roof over their heads and provide for their families. This really catapulted the progress of the Industrial Revolution. When trains did come here in the 1830s, they built rail lines very closely to key points of infrastructure along the canal, and then they didn't have to try too hard to steal business from the canal cargo companies. The railway was much cheaper. Revolution spread throughout Western Europe and beyond. But it all started here in central London. Ahead of us is the Ayres Tunnel. It was named after Richard Eyre, who was a landowner at the time. This tunnel might not impress you very much. It's only 50 meters long and often mistaken for a bridge. But mind you, this was the widest canal tunnel ever built at its time. Just a stone's throw from here. I can't tell you which one, but it's named after a famous musician if you want to try and guess. The actress unmounted parking spots for your houseboat in all of Great Britain. One of these parking spots will cost you £100,000 or more. That's boat not included. Sir Richard Branson lived in a custom-built boat not too far from here. That's before he became a billionaire and bought his own island, of course. Highly sought after as refuse by builders. To our left, which recently sold for £25 million. Profit and purchased a castle in Ireland. I think because he needed more room to dance. This island is a protected bird sanctuary, and all these birds, ducks, geese, and waterfowl live on Browning's Island in Little Venice. One of our local favorites is right there in front of us, that white farmhouse goose we nicknamed Lonely. She can't fly, and we have no idea how she got to Browning's Island, somehow floating through 20 or so locks we suspect from a farm in Hertfordshire or Essex. There's a cormorant next to Lonely as well. There's also a family of swans that live on that island, and a great goose named Lenny, who is Lonely's partner. The section of canal to the left is the end of the Paddington arm of the Grand Union Canal. Paddington Station is down there if anyone needs to catch a train.